Best friend breakup stories. According to Reddit. Number 15. After I spent all day using my truck and trailer helping him haul tables and chairs and a giant archway through a church for his wedding I was supposed to be the groomsman at, he says, "Hey dude, I really appreciate you helping me move this stuff. I couldn't get anyone else to help. Here's $20 for gas." Okay. I say, "Whoa, dude, I'm in your wedding. I don't need to help, or I don't need money to help make this happen." And then he says, "Yeah, dude, so hey, Brent, his soon-to-be wife's best guy friend, 100% ex-fuck buddy, guy he's known for less than 3 months, really wanted to be in the wedding. And I was wondering if it would be cool if he took your spot, and I can see if any of her cousins backed out, and if there's a seat open somewhere." Oh. This was the day before the wedding. I had been best friends with this guy since kindergarten. His wife didn't like him because I knew about her wild past from a different circle of friends, so this was her attempt to push me out. He caved, but none of the other people involved would help move things, so he waited until the last minute to get me to help. I haven't spoken to the guy since, and last I heard, she quit her job and sucks dick in his house all day while he's at work. They deserve each other. What? This is so sad. But I guess that's life. Ugh. Hello to Lucky, Kermit the Frog, and Linda in the chat. There you go. A terrible tasting story as usual. That's what you're here for. Number 14. Someone said that I should put a trigger warning on this. Why? Jeez. Last year, my friend met this girl, and he really liked her, so he asked her out. I didn't really like her, but she seemed nice enough. A couple of months later, I found out that they had sex. Oh, damn. Little surprising, but not a super huge deal. She starts acting super paranoid. If someone even brushes up against her, she flips out. She avoids him. I learned that she wanted nothing to do with the sex, and he forced himself upon her. He hunts her down, and without me initially knowing, threatens her and then has his way with her again. My group of friends eventually helped her out of the situation and into some counseling. She still has many problems because of it. I want nothing to do with my former friend and have grown to hate him. I cut off all ties. Sometimes he still tries to talk to me, but I refuse and have told him why. The only reason he isn't in jail is because the girl has all the evidence and refuses to distribute it. He has tried to guilt her into other favors and threatened to end her if she tells anybody or bothers him, even though he is the one who bothers her. My God, man. Some dudes just get girls into that headspace and it's whip crack city for the rest of their life, you know? Not cool. As we continue up this list, we arrive at number 13. Didn't love my dog when he was dog sitting. Carelessly let her run away. Then failed to look for her. My surveillance cameras caught it all. I was pissed. And the friendship was over. I don't think there's any kind of sad stories like somebody who is obviously on a certain level a little jealous of a pet and they allow it to just get away. When you trusted them to feed the dog, you know? Because it'd be one thing if they mistreated him. It'd be one thing if they didn't fed him, you know? kind of was like a little mean or physically violent with the dog, they, or a cat, or they just left it in a room and it pooped all over the place, at least you still get to come back to that animal. Holy crap. Kinda sad otherwise. Holy hell. Number 12. She told me to never speak to her again after she learned I was hearing voices. And we never spoke again. I love the idea that some people, I guess what they gotta hang up when it comes to people with medical conditions. I mean, can you be a bigger bitch? And the crazy part is, in their mind, there is no such thing as them being the problem. That's the crazy part. It's pretty sad. You should be very thankful you live in the time that you live in right now, because this is how a lot of people were back in the day. They were just incredibly ignorant, incredibly ignorant. And I mean, to be honest, depending on how old some of you are, your parents are just as ignorant, just as foolish and full of themselves, up their own ass, in their own head, that they would literally think that they are more right than a medical professional. Do you get what I'm saying? Because they don't take stock is the phrase they would use. They don't believe in certain medical conditions. Something as simple as a person having a panic attack, they think is, they're just not, they're just working themselves up and they need to get it all out of their system. You know what I mean? Some people you can literally flash a light at and they'll have a fucking seizure. And that's out of their control. But some insane and ignorant, old, stupid motherfuckers believe that, it's all in their head and they just need to, shake it off or some shit, right? And that medication is crazy and phony. And only quacks would prescribe that, and they'd never allow, and it goes, as far as we're concerned, the people on the end of the spectrum that are refusing to vaccinate kids are just as fucking bad as parents and old people who are deciding that people shouldn't seek this kind of help because they don't believe in it. It's hilarious to me. So yeah, dude, you know what I always say? When some people show their colors, you should be glad that they did it sooner instead of later, because it's a terrible time to come that you wouldn't want to realize after you've wasted the majority of your life that this person is actually a monster, is actually some sort of moron. And can you imagine going away on a trip, trusting somebody with an animal or something worse? You're enlisting and you're trusting your best friends to take care of your wife, bro? Oh no, they're really gonna take care of her, bro. Number 11. Hey, do you want to be your own boss and retire by 25? My God, it's such a quintessential pyramid scheme setup. Jeez. Ugh. Barf. I hope nobody here has been suckered by a pyramid scheme, but you know what? The messages that I get, the comments that I get on some of my videos, are so long-winded and hilarious. I'm willing to believe that somebody who listens to me has probably been wrapped up in a pyramid scheme themselves. So write that comment. Let me know what the hell it was all about. Let me know how you got out of it. Or if it's about somebody that whether they're a relative or a friend, let me know about what the hell happened with them. And if they're still in it, that would be even scarier. But yeah, no. I feel it's all about catching people at the right time. Because at the right time, if you catch people at the right time, they'll believe anything. They'll go along with things even if they know it's not true, because they kind of just need something. And that's the sad truth about it. Maya Nugget says, my best friend got obsessed with her boyfriend and left me alone, so I had to drop her because it was the third time that it happened. That's some people in relationships, man. When they get their dude or they get their girl, you just ain't gonna hear from them. And some people are cool in the way where, even though they're not hearing from you, it doesn't affect the relationship in a way where when you guys do have time for each other, anything's changed. You can just kind of show back up. And if you guys have the time, there's no obligations work or anything barring that, you'll be able to just continue as if you had seen each other the day before. But some people will legitimately forget you in a way where they're not talking to you for months. And the comedy is they have a totem pole. They have a very specific group of people on a list that they want to interact with. And other people, when they fall too low, they fall into the gray area where they're only going to remember you if they're drunk or if the other people aren't available, things like that. If they need a favor and you have a truck. Oh boy. You want to be popular? Get a truck. People will be calling you trying to get you to help their ass move like the bitch they are. Oh my God. With that tiny titty, little dick energy. Can you please? Number 10. Okay. My former best friend. Of over 6 years, he hit up my ex-girlfriend the day we broke up. He sent her a direct message asking if she wanted to hang out at his house. At the time, he also had a girlfriend who was pregnant with his kid. My ex hit me and his girlfriend up with the messages. Well, damn, that's a solid hoe, man. That's what I'm talking about. Why did you break up with her? She put him on blizzast. And that's what he deserves. That's what he deserves. You playing around with people, okay, whatever, dude. Your life, I can't tell you how to live, right? But you playing around with somebody that's supposed to be yo dude's female after a day? But wait a minute, it wasn't after a day. According to the story, if we're going to believe it, it was the same day. And maybe this story isn't 100% true, but you know that, fact is stranger than fiction. This sort of shit has happened before, is happening right now, and it's going to continue to happen. People hitting people up the day of, especially when some of these hoes advertising, you know what I'm talking about? They jump on Snapchat or Instagram, Twitter, whatever they on, man. And they go, oh, I'm so sad. I am so sad. Ask me why. Why am I so sad? I just can't. Look at me cry. Oh, this is my cry selfie. My phone went off in my hand. I didn't even mean to take this picture, but, I might as well just, put it up and delete it, but... Do I look cute when I cry? Does anybody want to come comfort me? Get onto my screen. Can you pick up something on the way over? Bring some money. Bring some money. Oh my God, I had the coronavirus now. Sorry, I'm coofing. I'm coofing. Oh, I'm gonna coof. Sorry. I'm gonna coof. All right. I got that out of my system. So my ex hit me and his girlfriend up with the messages. My ex and his girlfriend decided to go together at his place to expose him. I didn't want to do with any of that. That's what it says, motherfucker. I didn't want to do with any of that. But I didn't want anything to happen to either of the girls, so I showed up. Oh, that's so wonderful. You're an upstanding dude. I hope it ended amicably between you and your ex. You guys sound fun. And I hope you recorded all of this. His mom greets us and lets us in. As soon as he saw 3 of us, he knew that this shit was up. But he acted all surprised. We told him we knew, and he kept defending his case by saying it was his little brother, who was 6 years old. He waited in a blistering cold for you for 4 hours and you just said no. Okay. Oh my God. He wants to bang you every day. He's like your biggest fan. Look, sent my ex the messages. Well, to make the long story short, his pregnant girlfriend left him. He's currently paying child support. He also moved out of state like a month later. My ex and I are back together and are 3 months into our marriage. You know what? Your friend may have been the ultimate wingman for being so stupid that he could bring you together on something that honestly you guys must look back at and have a good fucking chuckle at. What a dumbass.
Imagine that.
The same day, dude. Here's the thing. Yes, there are people who are in an area where they may not per se be oblivious to females' attention, but it may be better to be safe than sorry. You can't know what people are thinking. So sometimes you may feel like you're doing well as far as a relationship with somebody is concerned. You may feel like you guys are just friends and that's it. So some dudes don't really know. But if I may be so blunt, most people know whether or not the girl want to fuck him or not. You understand me? Most dudes know. And the only dudes who don't know are simpleton, cuckboy, fucking loser, nice guys. So the fact that the dude was so lacking in self-awareness that the first day that it was over, he would ask the girl when it wasn't like a question, you know? The only person that you should say that to is somebody that you know well enough to be like, hey, just come over. You know what I mean? Where it's not even a question. But the fact that he was like rolling that dice, fuck me, man. And like I'm saying, the guy telling the story probably has that idiot to thank because holy hell, that's quite a story. That's quite a bonding experience. What an idiot. The girl also saved the other girl from a life of dealing with a dirtbag that's going to be promiscuous in the midst of a child. You know, I'm not saying it'd be any better if they didn't have a kid, you know what I mean? But something about boyfriend, girlfriend shit on most people's level is like fuck around shit. You know what I mean? And a lot of them get married, and even though they are married, it's still boyfriend, girlfriend mentality type bullshit. But once y'all dropping a kid out, man, you fucking a baby in there and then having her carry that shit for 9 months, dealing with her, and then you have that kid, and you guys are expected to raise that child, if not multiple children, and you out here being an idiot. Come on, man. I'm glad he got what he got, because if he wasn't stupid, we'd be in trouble. Seraphin Bear says, the last best friend that I had was in 4th grade. We didn't really break up, but we drifted apart as she found better friends up until 8th graduation. The closest thing we've ever done was talk on the phone. Well, I'm glad that you guys had a bit of closeness, even though it didn't last. And this is a natural occurrence as it pertains to most relationships as far as platonic friendships are concerned. A lot of them just, drift apart. It's not like a big breakup or anything melodramatic. And it's not usually because they've just found better friends. They may have found what might be considered convenient friends. And yeah, depending on who you're talking to, convenient can mean better or better can mean convenient. But as far as I'm concerned, a lot of people, they have friends that don't even work for them. So I wouldn't call them better friends. They are just convenient friends. They're there, somebody to talk to. I gotta work next to this asshole. Might as well not be, on weird terms with them. Let's pretend for the sake of pretending. They right there. We gotta deal with this shit. Let's just get through it. You know what I mean? Let's have a buddy where at the very least, if a gunman showed up and we had to take care of business and get the hell out of there, we could communicate, we could cooperate, and we could coordinate to get the fuck out of here in hopefully a way that doesn't get us shot, baby. Be on good terms with people around you. It may help you in a worst case scenario. Just saying. Doesn't always need to be a crazy dude running in. Could be something else. Being able to communicate with those around you is very beneficial. Long term. Adam Wells says, my friend got with a girl that he knew that I was into and acts like everything is okay. Not cool, man. Well, you say that, Adam Wells, but had you made a move? You can't just be into somebody and not make a move and then expect everybody else not to make a move. And how long had it been?
It's like he called dibs and then expected nobody else to try to get on that territory.
And you should have hit him with that phrase too. But I called dibs. She liked my dib. She said it was long. A long dib.
Like after the guy knew that he liked him, like immediately after the guy tried to get with the girl and he actually did get that, then yeah, sure, screw your friend. But if it had been an X amount of time, like where, a couple of months passed since you said, oh, I want to get with this girl, and then someone else gets her, then that's on you.
This next entry goes out to Big Titties. I got my eye on y'all.
Hamburger.
As we continue to number 9. Best friend and an ex-co-worker for 5 years confided in her and told her about my self-harming. Told her about the depression and the stuff that I went through as a child. 2 days later, she not only told the whole of my workplace, but my family too. It was absolutely heartbreaking. I'm so sorry. Son of a bitch. I am so confused. I'm so sad for this person. You know, there's nothing worse than trusting somebody with confidential information and having them blather that shit on a really public stage. Especially if you're not specifically insecure about what happened, but like it was something that happened to you and you don't want that to get out because certain, fucking losers that don't know you well will define you by that thing that happened to you. And particularly when it deals with abuse in the way where you had no, you were helpless, it was a really humiliating thing that occurred and it makes you feel weak even thinking about it. And then the idea that people may view you as weak because that shit happened to you. Oh my God. And this bitch told everybody, goddamn.
Well, Adam, if that's the case...
Hold on. Adam says that she knew I was into her and I asked her out and she said she wasn't wanting a relationship with anyone at the time. Well, she wasn't into you, homie. What the fuck?
That's the short of it. Your friend didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah, this isn't about your friend. This was about her. If you made moves and she was like, nah, and then your friend showed up and was like, hey, and she was like, oh my God, can I suck that? Can we just like get out of here, bitch? She wasn't that into you. I don't mean to humiliate ya. But it doesn't need to be a humiliating or humbling experience, man. Some girls just aren't literally, comedically, because we played a coffee game earlier today. Some girls, they have a cup of tea that they like, and anything outside of that tea is not what they're down for. They'll sip it in a way where they enjoy it from afar, but they don't really want any of it. They don't want to bottle that shit for later. They don't want any more of it past today when they bored, through their binoculars. They got a real long straw for some of that tea. They don't really, and they're not like, it's almost, you ever heard of like a wine tasting, and you're supposed to like swish it around in your mouth, get a real taste for it and then spit it out. That's what they want with some dudes. Girls want a taste of the tea. They don't really want the tea inside them. I don't think it gets better as far as analogies are concerned. Some girls want to taste the tea. They don't want it inside them. That's just poetry, my dude. My God.
I feel bad for Adam, but that's the truth.
Talia Waldrip said, oh my God, Kyle, I love your voice. That's right, girl. All over your chest. What the fuck? Like, what? She is just a sandwich. Okay? Stop looking at my sandwich. Stop listening to the sandwich in here. And learn how to spell love. That's why you love it. Because you loathe it.
I'm not your sandwich.
SXMIE says, my best friend got drunk and asked for nudes. That means he's always wanted them. So, the drunk just removed the inhibitions. We were an off and on thing. I told him no, he was drunk and he blocked me and unadded me on everything. After a few months, he came back and apologized. And I'm sure you took him right back with your corny ass. Here's my confusion. It is your right, of course, if you don't want to send nudes. Like, yeah, no means no, blah, blah, blah. But if you guys were on and off, why? I mean, if you don't want to send them, that's that. So I'm not going to ask why you didn't send them. But, like, why wasn't he just, like, down to hang out with you again if you guys were on and off again. Because if you're on and off again, then odds are he could probably have convinced you to give him a live bit of the bing bong. That's weird, I guess. He was probably just drunk and horny. You know how it is. Whatever.
Drunk and horny.
Adam Wells says, she was emo and he was emo, so they were meant for each other. But, you know, I may have overreacted to some dumb shit. Nah, man, you're sounding like a teenager right now, and that's not a bad thing. I'm just letting you know. It doesn't really matter how emo they were, how it doesn't matter what superficially it seemed like they had in common. Some girls will literally just go for another person. And it doesn't matter like what the other guy has that you don't, because it's not about what they got. It's about what is on the girl's agenda for today. And sometimes girls just... So the bottom line is this. 2 identical men could be in front of a girl. And depending on the day, she could choose differently. Straight up. So don't lose your mind going, was it because I wasn't standing on the left and she's left-handed? Bitch, you could waste your whole fucking life thinking about stupid shit like this. Apply your attention to other people who are receptive and deserving of it. Don't let it make you desperate. Don't let it make you over-eager. Because one thing I always used to say when I ran these confession podcasts, people would come in and say, Kyle, I don't have any friends. I want to get more friends. You don't want the wrong friend. So spend as much time alone as necessary, making damn sure the people who are applying for your friendship are the right people, because you don't want to end up with people that you end up friends with for a long time, only to realize they're people like the ones in this very list. Or you gotta break up with them. You understand? That being said, let's continue.
That he started it though, the fact that he was blaming his friend for something that his friend had no control over.
He probably was just remembering the emotions of it. Rationally, I'm pretty sure he understands that it's not like, you know, the dude's fault.
Well, he said he acted irrationally then.
Yeah, I guess, you know. Ho juice will make him... She is not the last pair of titties in the world. And I'm sure if you saw it topless, you would probably feel differently. So, in that way, maybe you're as rude as the girl is, where she's making kind of like immediate decisions based on shit. But don't think it's because of the emo or because of this or that. Just know, man. You know, they choose. That's that. When you're older, you're going to have a new set of problems to worry about. You know? Like which dice to buy for your Dungeons and Dragons game. I'm kidding.
Very important.
I don't play Dungeons and Dragons, but I would imagine the dice is pretty important. That's how you flex. And if like a big titty hoe shows up and then she wants to play the game too, and you got to immediately just be like, well, you know, you might as well try these dice today. Oh my god, where'd you get those? Oh, well, I actually carved them myself. So yeah, and then sound like Lucas Werner, and then she'll, you know, she'll dry out like a desert. All right. Number 8. We had a friend that said he fell on bad times with money. So we paid everything for him during the next couple of months. Drinks, cigars, travel. And after a few months, we found out that he was going out with new people all the time and was acting rich in front of them with all the money that he was saving by scamming us. I hope it was worth it for him. Why would y'all cover for him like that? Where do people find friends that just pay everything for them? Drinks, cigars, and travel. Those are all luxuries. Those are all luxuries. It's just confusing. When you got friends in high places, I guess, you know, to be honest, I doubt it was anything that they felt, you know? Because when people have a couple $1 million, it's not like throwing $1,000 at somebody you know is gonna be something that they feel. I wonder how I can reach some of these big money ballers with this whitelisted channel. I'll have to make something obnoxious and niche. Something that a millionaire might Google. How to drink from a water bottle. Things like that.
No, you criticizing Elon Musk's new song.
No, man, I'm not trying to isolate and reach one specific millionaire. It's got to be like a net to catch.
It would only be the one millionaire.
Mm-hmm.
It could be like a bunch of millionaires going, yeah, so this is what I have to do.
I should make a video called
how to get into the business?
No, it should be called things to put in your refrigerator to seem like you're a poor person. And then like I'll even show them where to hide that good shit. But I'll just go, all right, you're gonna want TV dinners first off, all right? And then like when you go into, first you gotta shop at Walmart as well. So if you got like, you gotta like send a butler out there, do whatever you gotta do. Give the butler the list, and then he will go in, and you see the name brand shit, like you want to get the Heinz potatoes, potato catsup, but you're gonna want to go to the Great Value brand, and then people will look in that fridge and go, yup, scratching and surviving. You know what I mean? Ain't nothing wrong with a Great Value ketchup, but you got to convince them. Like, what millionaire is inviting friends over? Can you imagine? Yo, here's something really cool. I just like really wild and crazy concepts. What if somebody won a crazy amount of money, but had to hide that money from their family? How funny would it be if they rented an apartment somewhere that was essentially a set for whenever their family would come to believe that they were still just, surviving however they're surviving. And the person would need to go out and stock this. I bet it's happening somewhere right now. There is someone who is rich, but their family can't know. So they've rented some apartment somewhere and they're paying rent for a place they're rarely at. Or maybe they even hook up a friend. By having them stay at that place. And then, when the parents are coming, they just, he's my roommate. Or they just send him out to a hotel for the night or some bullshit like that. You know what I'm talking about?
Family. Sometimes family doesn't call you up when they want to come and see you.
So but it would be a perfect cover to say you have a roommate.
Yes. So you would need to have someone live
Oh my God, it's wonderful.
You would need to, because family likes to drop in on people unexpectedly.
But you can't do that when people that ain't your kids living somewhere, homie. Because the only other option is to not have your people know where you live, and some people can't live that luxurious a life, but it's going on somewhere right now. What a wonderful story. Maybe I should write a book like that, and then have it meander, because I don't know shit about storytelling in a novel format. Somebody be reading this and being like, where the hell is this going? It's just, he just walks outside? Yep. So then he went to work at the millionaire store.
At the millionaire store? What does that mean?
He sells millions for billions. Yeah. So he makes a lot of money. Okay. Or does he lose money? If he's selling $1 million for $1 billion, no, he's making money.
Yeah, he's making money. Those people that are buying those.
Yeah, people are making it. You build it, you die, you losing the money.
They're the ones losing the money.
Yeah, but they're billionaires, so hey, shit. You just put like a charity sticker in the fucking window. Boom. This is helping something. Helping what? What's going on now? Fires? I don't know. Viruses? Yeah, it's helping that. Give me the $1 billion. Here's your $1 million. You've made the world a better place. Next! Number 7. I'm the dumped friend. She posted a video from The Onion of a fake senator reading a fake bill that was all redacted, and you could tell with context clues that it was basically saying the event of Armageddon. The high-powered people have bunkers to hide in. She made some comment about the redacting, and our government is hiding things. I commented that it was a satire video. It's not real. And she got super mad and accused me of trying to make her look stupid. She said there was no way that she could have known. Bitch, it's The Onion. The Onion was in the bottom right-hand corner of the video. She blocked me, and we have never spoken since. Listen, guys. Women, you don't want to hear this listening to this list, and you can consider me misogynistic if you want. Get the fuck out of here if you're really not willing to hear what I'm about to say. There are many women, just as there are many people, who are very, very stubborn and set in their extremely incorrect views. And the reason they've made it this far, being able to get away with those views, is because many men are willing to tolerate and ignore their incredibly wrong viewpoints to try to get close to them. Now, some men have what we call integrity, okay? And no matter how nice that wiggle is, how tight it is, how big them titties are, it's not worth it to let the bitch be that wrong. Okay? What's really crazy is that sometimes the girls are so insanely incorrect that you as a man believe she's aware and she's testing you to see if you're gonna fucking
if you're gonna point it out.
Yeah, if you're gonna point it out, or if you're just gonna go along with this for her. And if
now that's what I'm talking about.
Nobody should be able to subscribe to this channel unless they knew about it beforehand, because this channel doesn't show up. There are only a few channels that slip through the cracks. That's why I keep my subscriptions on, so you can see how I barely get to every list. A very confusing development, to be sure. Thank you for the subscription, TB.
If that is your real name.
If that is your real name. Let me see that ID. Anyway.
A likely story.
But for real, man, these girls, oh my God. Oh my God. So sometimes it's a lose-lose situation, because if you do challenge her when she's not used to being challenged and she knows she can find a billion other guys that are just going to go along with whatever she says and make her feel smart, you know what I mean? Then she may just block your ass and move on to the next bunch of fucking playing cards that she has in her hand. But if you don't call her out and she was testing you the whole time, well, now what? She's not going to respect you because you're only invested in her and is willing to put up with her to try to spare her. What other things might you just essentially lie by omitting, being forward and telling her the truth about? Whatever. Women, Jesus Christ. Hip hop, hooray. What it do, Raphael? What does it do? You know what it is. I'm sorry. I was watching an episode of The Walking Dead with Dia, and these dudes kept spawning in. Morgan was having a hallucination, and there were these dudes that kept showing up and going, you know what it is. And then I would go, you know what it is. No, sorry. Their delivery was more like, you know what it is. And I was like, you know what it is. Oh my God. Fucking stupid. Adam Wells says, I found Kyle's channel by looking up neckbeard stories. Haven't stopped watching since. I'm surprised that you can get through it, man. A lot of my content I would consider unbearable. But if you have something else to sit down and play or to do while it's playing in the background, I guess it is pretty decent podcast listening. Sorry about it. Sorry about all of that crap. So we continue up, though. She blocked me, and we have never spoken since. We had known each other for at least 5 years. Well, that's how thin her ego was. You know what I mean? Or thin her skin was, that her ego could literally not even bruise without her just ending the whole relationship. I took her in when she ran away from home. My God. When her husband beat her in the early 20s. I road tripped all night to pick her up and back to move her in. And she just blocked you. How people forget.
I mean, you're the one that was getting her ass beat. So there you fucking go.
Number 6. My best mate's now ex-girlfriend told everyone that I had sex with her while they were dating, when I definitely had not. Yo, women are crazy. They'll say anything. Jesus, women will say anything. Why would you ever implicate somebody else in that bullshit? I have never seen pot stirring like that before. She's the one in a relationship, and she's saying that some other dude fucked her when he didn't? Fucker? To like what? Manifest a fight between them? Bitch, you maximum crazy. At least the relationship's over at this point. But it's still stupid.
What did she expect to happen with her saying that the guy was going to be like, oh, you poor little thing. Sorry that my friend was doing you.
Look, she was the most irritating person that I'd ever met, and I don't know if I've ever been attracted to someone less than I was to her. Ruined our friendship, destroyed her relationship with my mate. She is one of those people who craves drama and can't live without having something wrong to moan about. She's currently pretending to have multiple personality disorder and blaming that for every time she's a dickhead so she can get away with it. And it's sad that we live in a society, oh, he said it, where where people use it as a crutch and they can genuinely get away with it. Oh boy. Oh my God. I'm glad everybody's doing well. Did you guys enjoy your day? Did you squeeze some boobs? Did you eat your meal that you covet? That's a weird way to say it, Kyle. You should say, did you eat your favorite meal? That's how humans talk. Yeah. I mean, so I guess it's really down to like pizza and ice cream for some of you guys. I heard that ice cream truck today and I had to calm down, you know what I mean?
You heard the ice cream truck today?
Yeah. And I was thinking about what I would be, because what I would go, and I was like, no, you don't even want ice cream? And even though I could throw it in the fridge, just like, chill,
You have ice cream and you haven't finished.
Dude, if I got money to spend on ice cream, I'll get something for you via the Switch thing. Because I know that you like that Mario shit. But I got other things to worry about. Dean said that's too much fuckery, man. Well, it seems like some people are in the fuckery Olympics out here. Because, yeah, it's one thing to just be crazy. It's another thing to really need things to moan about, because that's how you define yourself. And that's like, that's like conversation for some girls. Just complaining about something that's going on. And without it, like, they have nothing to talk about. They have no identity. They have no personality. So as far as I'm concerned, it's just as bad as people who use gender, who use, their sexual affiliation as their identity. And it's funny because for a time, everybody on the internet was unified in making fun of people who vaped, because that's all they had. You know what I mean? If you were to pull out a deck of cards, and not even a full deck, dude, but just draw like 6 cards. Put them in your hand. Those cards in your hand are what make you interesting. Surely you could fill those cards with something that make you not specifically unique in a way where nobody else has those cards, but at least something that you would have different things to talk to someone about. So 6 things that make you interesting. But can I be honest with you? The reason that the whole internet could unify against the fucking vaping kids is because it was one of 2 options. The kid would have vape on one card, and then the other 5 cards would be blank, or all of the 6 cards just were vaping, and that's who they are. You know what I mean? So some people are like that when it comes to gender. Some people are like that when it comes to their sexual identity. And it's like, okay, I'm glad that your pronouns are very important to you, and I respect, you wanting to be referred to as whatever. It may not happen for me, but I respect that you have the right to be known as that. If somebody called me her or ma'am, I'd nod and be on about my business, man. I'm not going to be triggered about it, and I think that everybody else needs to get with that program as well. All right? It's disrespectful if people are going out of their way to do it, so I recognize that, but at the same fucking time, baby, maybe, just maybe, it would be weird because you and I feel like I'm always saying that. I feel like I'm always saying, if I were to introduce myself by going, hey, I'm straight and black, and my name is Kyle. Like, face to face to a person like they didn't know. Either way, it's cringy online too, right? I'm straight, I'm black, I'm male, I'm Kyle. You know? Why do I need to say that? People do it when they're gay, though. Hey, I'm gay. I am non-binary this. I'm a furry. And my name is blank blank.
Not the old school. It's the new school.
But it would be weird if I did it, though. It would be weird.
And you know what? I guess we should start doing it, too.
Yeah.
I guess we should
Front-loading our introductions with our sexual orientation, our gender, our race. Any other cringy shit I can throw in there? I'm a gamer as well. You know what I mean? Should I put my fear and my social security in front of it as well, just so everybody has the neat little package of everything they need? What the genuine motherfuck? But the comedy is, we're made to look like, look, it feels like I'm going to start ranting. So let's not even get on the soapbox, but I'm just saying.
I love Stripes.
Stripes says, me. Aren't you trans and black and plus sized? Oh, plus sized. I'm a POC and I'm plus sized. Stripes. You know what I love about the phrase plus sized? I just get like Vietnam flashbacks of when I used to literally look up that term on Tumblr, because those were where the crazy girls hung out. You know, those were where the extremely passionate, like, you better love me for who I am. Oh my God, dude, there's this American Dad. Cutaway, hold on. American Dad scared of what a real woman looks like. Yo. Oh my God. I'm not gonna find that clip. What's this? Is this a GIF? Tell me it's a GIF, babies. Not a GIF. Oh, it's just a picture. That breaks my heart. Because it's good. It's good.
Yo, neckbeard, you seen a kid?
Give me a second. It's just Steve getting beaten up. Great. Whatever. Long story short, it's just like a really... Look, it's not going to emphasize my point. It's actually kind of scary if I were to show you what that looks like. But, yeah, that was when it began, as far as I'm concerned, the push for girls to, eradicate the image of a tiny girl on a magazine. Those are obscene and unrealistic standards to hold yourself to. This is what a real woman looks like. And not only should this weight and this lifestyle be accepted, but it should be celebrated. This weight and this lifestyle should be the new norm. Plus sized women unite. And it was like, all right, man. First of all, as a black man, you know, some of y'all girls, we were preferring them y'all weight to the skinny girls already, right? But some of these girls going way overboard in like a Snorlax kind of losing things in folds kind of way. And that's not healthy. And that's really the only argument, man, is that it's not healthy. We're not saying you don't get to do what you want to do. It's your body, but goddamn, you know. And hey, y'all have your own TV shows that are not, that are all for the wrong reasons, if you ask me, man. I don't know why they get away with it, but they do.
Because it's a spectacle.
But they must know that. Do you get what I'm saying?
Some of them do, not all of them.
Not all of them. They just think, oh, they want to give me a TV show because of how good I look.
Some of them genuinely think that it's because, oh, they're talented, or, oh, people really want to see me, or really like me, so they want to have a show about me. When in reality, you're just a sideshow attraction. And it's horrible to say it, but it's true. It's the same thing with watching very much plus-sized, obese people on YouTube streaming themselves eating food. You aren't really there to see what they're eating. You're there to see them eat themselves.
I guess it's no different. I'm not arguing that, there isn't something to be made as far as monetization off of the spectacle. This is the modern day freak show.
Yes.
But the bottom line is,
Some of these people don't know.
I don't like that some people are unaware that you are the freak. And that's why this is so monetizable. I see some stories on Snapchat, some like, what do they call it? Let's call it like paid or promoted, like official stories from publications that just go out and find disabled people and, you know, people with conditions and with burns and mutations and they celebrate them in a very like, oh, you got to be yourself and you can achieve more than you want to. And look how much this person's doing when other people who are like fine don't even do stuff. And that's great. But they know what they're doing. They're fucking targeting and making money off of these people. And I don't blame the people in that scenario. I blame like the publications. But at the same time, I don't know, man. I don't know. I just feel bad. Because Stripes, why you say stone at glass houses? You mean people in glass houses shouldn't throw stones? Are you implying that I'm in a glass house and I'm throwing a stone? Because if that was your implication, you might have wanted to use, the pot calling the kettle black. Don't get into idioms with me, especially when you're going to get them all wrong. You're weird. I think idioms are stupider than anybody that I've ever met. But at the same time, they're just like roguely fascinating to me because it's the height of like insanity in the English language. I used to write like big, like, stories and poems with idioms. And I had to get rid of so many of them because it would consume me. It just got longer and longer at one point. Not unlike other parts of Kyle, but only for the crispest, veiniest. Crispy titties, that's a new one.
Whoa. Are you gonna
Number
make
6.
that into one of them?
Crispy titties. KRISPY. Cream. Krispy Kreme. Do you think that we could, like, feed a woman? Nah, no way she's producing Krispy Kreme glaze out of her titties.
Of course not.
But, if we get an artificial woman who we can make in our image, and then we load her titties up with Krispy Kreme, that would be so fucking amazing.
An android who,
Dude.
instead of lactating, it would just be icing.
Yeah, they would lactate icing. You know? Tell you what, you could put that on the bagel. Wait, icing on a bagel? Well, I can ice whatever you want, girl. In the morning, in the evening, or at supper time, because when icing's on a bagel, you can eat icing anytime. Do you remember? No, you're too young for that.
What?
What's that from?
Say it again?
Icing in the morning, icing in the evening, icing at summertime. When icing's on a bagel, you can eat icing anytime.
Icing on a bagel?
Well, that's a variation of it. What am I singing?
I don't know.
I'm singing a variation of the commercial campaign for Bagel Bites, which was pizza on a bagel.
Yes, I know what those are. I've never heard of the little jingle.
Did Tara just send me a message that has the caption, "I'm strong, but I'm fucking tired, playing around inside my mind today"? What? What?
Hashtag relatable. Hashtag deep.
You don't know that these girls aren't sending you lyrics? Because sometimes you have to wonder if they're creating poetry on the spot for the captions to their images. Number 5. My one best friend. Worse than that. One of my best friends of several years. Amazing. You write me a book, dude.
Please don't.
One of my best friends of several years set me up to get robbed for 390 pounds. My wallet and my jacket. That sucks. The guy who robbed me pulled a machete on me and kept it against my neck. I don't really know why they decided that they wanted to do it, but I know them enough, or I know from enough people, and just the way it looks, is really suspicious. I know from a lot of people telling me that it was him when I found out. So naturally I stopped being friends with him because it was a bit of a dick move. My God.
Did the guy try to defend himself when people were like, hey, that's wrong?
She is the only one bringing up tulpas. Would you stop with this? Tulpas are just confusing to me too, man. People aren't imaginative enough to make good tulpas. They would just be characters from, shows and books and movies they like.
The thing
Is that the ghost train?
Yep. If I were to try to do it, I would just, become borderline schizophrenic.
Ghost train.
I think I've been close to being schizophrenic.
Oh my God, let me ghost train.
It's scary.
Jesus Christ.
Tulpas.
Fucking.
Because creepypasta.
Oh my God. Number 4. My ghost train. My ghost train. I was gaming with my best friend, and my wife was sitting on the couch next to me just reading a book. She was super content just letting me game. She just wanted to be spending time with me. My best friend had not even 1-year-old kid that he just stuck in a bouncing chair in the side of the room while we played. He said the kid loves the chair and is in it a lot, so he just games. The kid starts whining a bit, but he gets ignored. I'm thinking, well, probably hit the checkpoint and go tend to this kid. Nope. Several good stopping points pass, and the kid was fussing even more. So my buddy says to my wife, hey, there's formula in the cupboard and a diaper bag is over in the corner there. He's probably just hungry and has a poopy diaper if you want to feed him and change him. I look at this guy like he just slapped her. Turned my game off and said, how about instead of asking my wife to do it, you put down your game and take care of your own child? Bit of a harsh response, but he looked so butthurt that I just told him to take care of his fucking kid instead of gaming all day. I packed my stuff up and we left. I haven't spoken to him in 3 years. That's such a grossly, I want to say line stepping thing for him to do. Not only is the implication disrespectful as it pertains to the girl, who he don't know like that, essentially ordering her around. It wasn't phrased like a request. He was like, bitch, here go where the shit at. The kid probably fussing because he need this. So you need to do it? Excuse me, bitch?
How would you respond if one of your friends was like, hey, yo,
why in God's name? Listen to me very carefully when I say this, okay? There is nothing more demonic and disgusting than fucking children. Do you know what I mean? Those little infant bastards are the representation of a life being over. They're the herald, the horsemen of the end of your life as you know it. And if you're not fucking careful, they will also be the puppet master to you becoming the type of asshole that you hated your very fucking parents. Ignorant of the world around you, insanely lacking in self-awareness, becoming a person that forgets so hard what it must have been like to ever be a child that you can't even see from the perspective of people that are younger than you, my dude. That child ruins. You ever hear the phrase, oh, that guy fucks? These kids ruin, homie. So, I fuck up, whether it was deliberate or not, you fucked up. Because you fucked a baby into some bitch. Whether you adopted that kid, whether you fucked a baby into that kid, whether you just, ended up with that kid because maybe you're so into some hoe that you got into a relationship and now you guys are together and now you have a baby together. Bro, that's your fucking problem. That's your fucking obligation. Okay? And if somebody is nice enough to babysit this little bastard, to, stay with this kid while you have to go do some like work thing or emergency thing and they're going to deal with that baby, okay. But why in God's name, if you are on deck and able-bodied and in the same room, would you expect somebody else that's not in your family, that's not your spouse, that ain't your mom, to be changing the fucking spawn of you? Fuck you. Fuck children. Fuck changing poopy diaper. That's all I got to say. It's about them. Look. Look, if you have changed the diaper of someone who is older because they couldn't do it for themselves, you're a superhero and I respect and appreciate you. But let me tell you, man. I think it's funny that he phrased it, that he thought it was as if he just slapped her, because that's how it would hit me. I would be like, you're joking, right? You want us to change your kid's diaper? You're sitting right there. Oh, friendship fucking over for real with your bitch ass. Why? Because it's the woman's role? You talking to my wife like that? Put the controller down. Let's have this conversation with our fists. Just kidding, man. It doesn't need to come to that, but come on. It's disrespectful. Poopy diaper. Delay, I'm just saying, man. Come on. He was in the room. He was able-bodied. He could, as if to say that's a woman's work or she should have been the one to do it. Not just change the kid, which would be a sin in itself, but to feed him as well? Go mix up the formula, then feed my kid? Weird. Oh, I didn't know. I just didn't know. I'm kind of interested in the comments. Dude, I'm a dad and I can't imagine. Don't get me wrong, I'd love to go game all day, but not at his expense. I've made my kids sit in a bouncer for longer than I'm proud of because I wanted to get dishes done, but not that. Ooh.
Yeah, especially, where is the baby's mom?
Probably trying to get away from a man like that.
That poor baby doesn't deserve that, though.
A lot of babies don't deserve a lot of things, man. Number 3. I was sexually assaulted by 2 guys in a summer camp and told it to my best friend. After calling me stupid for allowing it to happen, she apologized and I forgave her. What a slut. Then I saw her parents, who asked her how summer camp went, and all she did was turn to me and go, "Well, you made many friends, didn't you? Don't you want to tell my parents about it?"
What a disgusting human being.
And she had a big smile on her face. I don't feel too bad about thinking that she can fuck off in hell. I think the tragedy is knowing that people like this can not face any kind of, karmic retribution.
How about not being able to have freaking children? Because this is the kind of person that would love to have kids just to torment them.
Just to bully them.
Yeah. This is the kind of person that ends up having kids versus nice people that want to have kids and can't have them. Fuck these people.
Number 2. In college, a former friend tried to have sex with me. I'm a man. And while I was blackout drunk, he tried to do me. He wasn't drunk. He did that despite knowing that I am straight and have a girlfriend at the time. Lucky for me, there were some actual friends that stopped him. He was actually going to have his way with a straight man. That's the diamond in the rough. And if you guys don't know this, then you're living a very privileged life of the veil not being, ripped from in front of your eyes. But let me tell you something. Gay dudes, gay ladies, making it with a straight person is like their big thing that they want to do. Not all of them, obviously. But like, it's the forbidden fruit that they can't resist. Just like how some straight dudes and some, just like how some trans dudes and trans girls want to trick the gender that they prefer into believing that they are a natural incarnation of who they want to identify as. And they literally string them along, and then hit them with that pee-pee, hit them with the other, genitalia. And then go, what's wrong? I thought you loved me, huh? You're a hypocrite, But it's crazy because, I've talked to a lot of trans people that have admit that they, if not were still like that, then they had a phase where they were like that. And it's not a phase, like, it's exactly like what I'm saying. It's not just like, oh, I don't feel like they need to know if we're only going to exist platonically. Like, they have admitted that their objective was to trick people. And it's like, holy hell, man. But that's the beginning of a relationship. How can you expect it to go further once it gets out? And, some people don't care, which is pretty messed up. Hello, Marcus Campbell. Wow. I just can't. I can't deal,
Can't do.
As we finish this list, I hope it hits the spot for whoever listens in the morning. Because I was going to do it in the morning, but here it is instead. Number 1 reads, damn, baby. She got married. I was just friends with this girl from law school. She was a cool girl, and we lived in the same city after law school. We never had sex. We had never seen each other naked. I was dating someone else at the time. She was dating this guy. I met her parents as just a friend, was friends with her sister, so for about 6 years, we were just pretty cool friends. She gets married. Her husband then texts me and tells me to stay away from her. I text her and say, yo, your husband is telling me not to speak with you anymore. Is that what you want? I got no response. Cool. A few weeks pass and I call a friend's sister to see if she wants to grab a drink as I was in the area. You got some fucking nerve calling me. What? Listen, I know blank doesn't want me to speak to her, but I'm not sure why we can't be friends. Are you fucking kidding me? You ruined her life and you're trying to ruin her marriage? With what you did to her? What? I'm sorry, I don't have any idea what you're talking about. I have always had her best interest at heart, so I don't know. Yeah, well then why didn't you tell her you had herpes before you fucked her? Is that how herpes is spelled? Wait, what? She and I never had sex? I don't have herpes? So I'm a little confused here. Stop fucking lying. The husband told the whole thing, and she never denied it, so fuck you. Don't fucking ever speak to us again, bitch. Come to find out, that asshole had herpes and didn't tell her, and he gave her herpes. And when it got out that she had herpes somehow, he blamed it on me. And she just let the lie take hold because it was easier than her family hating the husband. Cheers. Consider it a parting gift. Amazing. Amazing.
How gross. How gross.
Homie got him with it twice.
We fucking around today.
I remember you. You're the security guard of the building, aren't you?
I remember this. This is old.
Right.
This is
Of course,
old.
that's
This
all
is old.
the
This
fuck
is
off my
old.
property.
Hold
I
up.
was
Hold
thinking
up.
about something.
I was thinking about something. Amazing. GTA 6 leak with glitched NPCs. I want to see this, but I can't. I gotcha. Whoa, whoa. I'm sorry about that Lloyd noise. Lloyd. Why does Bernie say today is a sad day for democracy?
What happened?
Oh no, he's just talking about, you know, a president that believes he's above the law. Oh my bing bong. Men going their own way has been quarantined. Oh, Reddit. Oh, Reddit, get it together.
That was our new incel subreddit.
What did they do?
Well, why did the original incel subreddit fall?
The highest comment right now in their sticky thread, they're terrified that men going their own way is unstoppable at this point. Too many men know that their individual experiences with women are in fact the norm. Too many men are telling other men their society is rapidly coming unglued because men are refusing to hold up anymore. At less is shrugging. And they were you never thought they'd be quoting Ayn Rand out here. Is shrugging, and they are terrified of what will resort. Living in their own little worlds, aren't they? They're going their own way, and you need to stay off their way because it's their way that they're going. I think this is posturing, Dia. I think this is posturing. It's not a lady hate subreddit. It's just a bunch of incels doing their dweeb thing. It's not hurting anybody. It's just ideas.
No, I've been in there, and the thing that they like to do most is talk about stories of a woman being making women cry or making women uncomfortable, or you know how much superior they are to women. They are a subreddit that loves to talk about how much women are pieces of shit and how much more superior they are. Hence why they're men going their own way. And the comments in those threads are absolutely shit. It ain't something.
Look at this picture. I quarantined our MGTOW like you asked me to. Do you think I can sniff your panties now? Simp. I like the cats. That's a nice touch. What is going on this subreddit? Oh my god. I'm not part of this sub, but it's hypocrisy from Reddit to quarantine this sub and let so many others go free. Listen, it's so obviously satire with the capitalization of every letter in every word.
It may have started as satire. That's not what's.
What is this, like a fucking YouTube video? Why? Why would you do that? Premortem. Why would you call me Siale? Dia doesn't even get that crazy a misspell because it's so. I wonder if I should try to get Dia the Animal Crossing Switch and then take it.
What?
I'm taking the dock for the Animal Crossing Switch. Are they the same price as a normal Switch?
No, if you're gonna give me that, I want it too.
What the fuck are you talking about? Me?
It's cute.
No, dude. You don't need that. You don't even like Animal Crossing. Me.
Screw you. If you want it, you get it for yourself. You don't get it for me and then go, no, well, no, this is mine.
Can I just get a normal one then?
Yes, I thought that's what you were supposed to be doing. Getting a normal one.
You're such a punk. I can't put, like, you don't want me to be happy. You should want me to have all the big titties, Switches. And
Just get another one.
dude, can't believe this. You know, that's not co-op. That's not Animal Crossing. It's not the Animal Crossing I know
Or
and love.
you could get that one and then just give me your old one. Is there a way for you to transfer files from one to the other?
I was just gonna swap the dock. You understand?
Yes, I know.
Yeah, the dock is gray. That's all I want. The dock.
Just paint it. And stickers.
Paint it. I mean, to be honest, it's not a bad idea, but I don't want to get anything inside the circuitry.
True.
Stickers. I think I'd like it white, but I don't know how well that would look, or good that would look. Do you think they have white docks?
They must. It'd be kind of weird if they didn't have, like, different types of dogs.
Guys, message me in the Discord. Join it if you want notifications. And let me know what the hell's up. Otherwise, stay frosty. I'll talk to you soon. I love you. Stay out of trouble. And we'll set up some more shit that you may want to see later. I may end up streaming Minecraft later tonight because I need to make an enchanting table, but I need a lot more livers, leather from cows. Because the leather will help me make books, and then the books I can put around the enchanting table to make a bookcase, and then I'll be able to use the enchanting table. So once I get enough, whatever, I will come on with a stream so that, you know, the first diamond bullshit that I do, it'll be on stream, and that'll be that. Love you. Talk to you soon. Stay out of trouble. Nice to see you, Linda. Has she been in this entire stream?
Yes.
She hasn't said a thing. Linda must be pissed. She said something at the very beginning of the stream, and that was it. And now at the very end, she says something. Well, I learned how to make a noose, so I guess I better go test out my skills.
She must be very mad, because usually when she says her goodbyes, it's like full of like little heart emojis and stuff, but this one.
Yeah, dude, I'm just gonna go try out my noose, so I'll see you guys later. Love you,
gosh.
bye.